Hey guys, it's Jamie. So I don't have a huge amount of experience in the dating game, but I am in a relationship, so that totally qualifies me to give out dating advice. But seriously, these are just some tips and things for dating a trans guy that I found relevant, a bit useful throughout my own relationship. Obviously, not all of them will be applicable to everyone, and maybe none of them will be applicable to you, and others are just some general dating tips really. So first up is discuss boundaries. It's so important to discuss the boundaries between your side of the bed and their side of the bed. Claim that duvet. It's also really important to discuss what you're both happy and comfortable to talk about and what topics are kind of a no-go maybe, or that need to be kind of approached more sensitively. And it's also really important for any couple to discuss boundaries when it comes to being physically intimate. So just talk to each other about what your own boundaries are, what their boundaries are. Just because your partner is trans or the person you're dating is trans doesn't mean your feelings and your boundaries aren't important too, so make sure it's a two-way thing. Number 2 is pronouns and name. Now, if you knew somebody by a different name and pronouns, it can take a while to get used to the new set. And that's totally cool, that's absolutely fine. But when you do slip up, if you do slip up, try not to make a massive deal out of it, particularly if it's in front of other people. I would just privately have a chat with them, be really open about it, just say you're trying your best, if you are, that it's just something that's going to take a while to get used to. And that's totally fine, because somebody's name and their pronouns just become a habit, and it's really difficult to break that habit. Number 3, it's okay for you to need time. If it's the first time you've dated somebody who's trans, or if your partner has come out to you as trans, it's totally okay for you to need some time to get your head around things and just understand what's going on, and just take some time to get used to it and work out how you feel about it. I know it can be a really upsetting thing, but I would just recommend being completely open with them about where you're at and how you're feeling. I think what's important to remember is they've probably had a really long time to think about things and accept themselves as trans. It might take you a while to go through that same process, accepting them, but just always be honest and open with your partner. Number 4 is be understanding. Most trans people have dysphoria, and although there are some general themes which I'm sure most people can think of, it does also manifest in different ways in different people. So you can't take it, if you've dated someone who's trans before, your new partner may not have the same feelings about the same things as your previous partner. So it's always best to treat people on an individual basis and get to learn what they're comfortable with. But I would say at the same time as being as understanding as possible, try not to make a big deal out of the fact they're trans, or bring it up more often than they maybe want you to, or make them feel like they're different, if that makes sense. And finally is terms and conditions. Get your shamey relationship agreement on. That's Sheldon and Amy from The Big Bang, not Sharba and Jamie. But seriously, talk to them about what kind of terms and words they want used to reference different anatomical places. This can be especially important if they're pre-everything and they're wanting to start hormones and have any surgeries. Personally for me, I never ever wanted to hear the word boobs in reference to my chest. That would be very upsetting for me, so just those kind of things, just have an open discussion about it. So yeah, that's all the tips I have. If you have any of your own, comment them below, it'd be really cool to hear some. But remember though, a relationship is a two-way thing, and even though you're dating somebody who is trans and there may be a few extra elements to that than if you were dating somebody who isn't trans, your feelings are just as important. Communication, as cheesy as this sounds, communication really is key to the points that I discussed above. So just be really open and honest with how you're feeling and encourage your partner to do the same. As I said, not all of these will be applicable to everyone, or maybe even none of them are useful. I don't know. Let me know if they were helpful at all. I hope they were helpful, just a little bit. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!